Good afternoon. Yours truly, Dolphy Alexander Gilpin, is with you here at the Holiday Inn. And its coordinate is on the West Century Boulevard, LAX Holiday Inn, bounded by La Cienega Boulevard and West Century Boulevard, in the vicinity of LAX Airport. I'm on the 11th floor today with this presentation. And at this time of this short video lecture, the country, United States of America, and indeed the whole world is faced with this coronavirus called COVID-19, as it was initiated in about December of 2019. Now, whereas I'm not going to give you any cure for this COVID-19, the experts at this time are working profoundly to come up with an efficient treatment and cure, if possible, for this deadly and lethal virus that is affecting the whole world at the present time. It's a pandemic. And pandemic, I mean, it's affect the whole world, and it's very dangerous. Killing is the potential to kill millions. But after all this is over, we are optimistic that this will be over. And after all this is over, we are going to still be left with facing with the common flu, the influenza A, of which seems to be with us and has been with us. And then and now, it's also posing problems, sometimes death, sometimes disrupting the workforce, and so on and so forth. After the pandemic is over, we are still left with the common cold, influenza A. So at this time, I will leave the development and realization of the cure of the pandemic COVID-19 to the experts at this time. And I will just make a little presentation on the influenza A, which will be with us, B and C, of which A and B are most dangerous, and C is a common cold, does provide some uncomfortable symptoms at time, and with headaches and flu and fever. So at this time, what am I going to do now? Well, I'm going to present one of the generic drugs that has been used to treat this influenza A, and which can be possible also integral into the solution for the COVID-19. I'm not saying, but it can be integral, and most likely it will be sort of integral. Anyhow, so we're talking about now Amantadine. And that's a generic name. And the brand name is Symmetrel. Yeah, the brand name is Symmetrel, the generic name is Amantadine. And the structure, the most simple structure you'll find of this Amantadine is looking like so. This is the most simple structure you will find. Formula C10, 8, 17, and And going on into some more involved structure of this amantadine, we'll have this joint here. Here you have NHR prime. This will be CH2 bracket N. And here we have first the 1A to 1I. 1A to 1I. And for this now, we'll have now for 1A, R equals now C4H9, and N would be equal to 2. For 1B, we have R equals C6H12, and with N equals 2. And you know that the R would take a general form of R equals C alpha H2 alpha plus 1. So if you put alpha equals 1 here, then H would be 2 alpha and plus 1. So with C equals 4, alpha equals 4, H2 alpha would be 8, and plus 1, that would make it 9. And so 1C would be R equals C8, H16 plus 1, 17, and still N equals 2. And for 1D, we have R equal C10, and H would be equal to 2 times 10 plus 1, which is 21, and equals 2. And so going on our 1E, R is equal now to C12, H25, that is 2 times 12 plus 1, and N equals 2. And 1F, we have R is equal to C, start over back 4, and H24 plus 1, 8, and N equals 2. 1G, R equals C8, H17, and now N equals 1G, N equals 2. I will leave out what R prime would be equal to here. All the R primes here would be equal to H. From 1 to R prime equals to the H, and that goes from 1A to E. And so we have 1H. R is equal now to C10H 2 times 10 plus 1, 21, which is follow the formula, C alpha, H2 alpha plus 1, and N equals 2. And 1I for this one, N equals 1. This is for 1A to I, and this is the more involved structure for Amantadine, which is used for Influenza A. Let's write it here. Street influenza. Influenza type A. It's also used to treat, what do you call it, Parkinsonian symptoms. Or the tremors caused by other drugs. You know, taking medication, you get tremors. And it's used also to treat that. But for our purpose here, we're talking about the treatment of the very the influenza A, or the common cold, which has been very, very annoying, and it can also be very fatal too, taking the lives sometimes of people, causing disruption, fever, nausea, vomiting, and all of that, causing you to stop from work for possibly weeks, and so on. So that's the Amantadine. This is the structure. Formula, and this is more involved formula of the Amantadine. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back to continue with this, with Amantadine, the structure of Amantadine in the treatment of influenza A, which is one of the more serious type of the influenza, because we have influenza A, B, and C, of which A and B are very, very relatively fatal and lethal. And C is the one that sometimes is caused minor aches and pain and running nose and all of that. Little fever sometimes, but can go away, sometimes untreated, sometimes if you take common everyday medications like ibuprofen, acetaminophen, aspirin, and those are medications used to treat the common cold. So we'll take a break as we are a little visitor here making some noise in the heat conditioner here, and we return to continue with Amantadine using the treatment of influenza A.